On Africa's unforgiving grasslands, survival is never guaranteed. Deep beneath the dry earth, three helpless honey badger cubs wait in complete darkness while, just outside their hidden den, one of the desert's deadliest hunters silently follows their scent. What happens next becomes a battle driven not by hunger, but by a mother's determination to protect her young. The African wilderness often appears calm from a distance. Warm winds move gently across the tall grass, and the silence gives the impression that nothing unusual is happening. But beneath that peaceful surface, every sound, every scent, and every movement can mean the difference between life and death. Hidden beneath a patch of dry soil lies the burrow of a mother honey badger. Inside the narrow tunnel, three newborn cubs rest close together. Their eyes remain closed, their bodies are still fragile, and they depend entirely on their mother for warmth, protection, and food. They know nothing about the dangers waiting beyond the entrance. While the cubs remain hidden, another animal is slowly approaching. A mature Saharan horned viper glides silently across the sandy ground. Its movement is almost impossible to notice. Every inch of its body blends perfectly with the earth beneath it. Instead of relying on sight, the snake repeatedly flicks its tongue into the air, collecting invisible scent particles that reveal the presence of potential prey. The trail leads directly toward the honey badger's burrow. The viper pauses at the entrance, remaining completely motionless for several seconds. It senses life inside. Slowly, it begins to slide into the narrow tunnel, disappearing into the darkness without making a sound. Deep inside the den, the tiny cubs remain unaware of the danger creeping toward them. Without warning, the attack begins. The confined space leaves almost no room to escape. The newborn cubs cannot defend themselves, and within moments, one becomes the victim of the deadly intruder. The tunnel falls silent once again as the snake waits, prepared for anything that might return. Not far away, the mother honey badger finishes searching for food. Using her remarkable sense of smell, she has spent hours digging through hard ground for insects, rodents, and hidden prey. She begins making her way back home. As she approaches the burrow, something immediately feels wrong. The familiar scent of her den has changed. Mixed with the smell of dry soil and her cubs is the unmistakable scent of a venomous snake. She freezes for only a brief moment. Then instinct takes over. Without hesitation, the mother honey badger charges toward the entrance. She knows every second matters. Somewhere inside the tunnel, her remaining cubs are still alive. The viper suddenly emerges from the burrow, raising the front of its body into a defensive position. The battle begins. The snake launches a lightning-fast strike aimed directly at the honey badger's face. But the experienced mother reacts instantly, twisting her body just enough for the fangs to miss their target. She circles carefully, refusing to give the snake a clear opening. Again, the viper strikes. Again, she avoids the attack. The confrontation becomes a dangerous test of patience and precision. The snake depends on speed and venom. The honey badger relies on courage, agility, and remarkable resilience. Dust rises into the air as both animals continue searching for an advantage. The viper attempts another rapid strike. This time, the honey badger counters immediately, snapping her powerful jaws toward the snake's body. The viper barely escapes, retreating just beyond reach before preparing another attack. Neither animal is willing to surrender. For several tense minutes, the battle continues. Every movement could become the last. The honey badger studies her opponent carefully. Rather than rushing forward recklessly, she waits for the smallest mistake. Finally, the opportunity appears. The snake overextends during another strike. The honey badger lunges with incredible speed, grabbing the viper behind the head before it can pull away. The snake twists violently, wrapping its body in desperate attempts to break free. The struggle sends sand flying across the ground. The viper continues fighting with everything it has left. But the mother refuses to release her grip. After a long and exhausting struggle, the snake finally stops resisting. Realizing it can no longer overpower its determined opponent, it slips free and retreats into the surrounding grass, disappearing as silently as it first arrived. The battle is over. Breathing heavily, the honey badger stands motionless for a few moments. Her body carries fresh scratches, and the encounter has drained much of her strength. Yet she has no interest in chasing the retreating snake. Only one thing matters now. She turns and quietly enters the burrow. Inside the darkness, she carefully searches for her cubs. Two tiny survivors press themselves against the wall of the tunnel. The mother gently nudges them with her nose before softly grooming their fur, reassuring them that the danger has passed. But the third cub is gone. For several quiet moments, she remains beside her surviving young. Nature offers no time for grief, only the responsibility to protect those who remain. As evening settles over the African grasslands, silence slowly returns. The wind moves gently through the dry grass, erasing the signs of the fierce battle that had unfolded only moments earlier. Across Africa, honey badgers continue to survive in some of the world's harshest environments. Their incredible sense of smell, powerful claws, thick skin, and fearless determination allow them to overcome challenges that would defeat many larger predators. They are not the strongest animals on the savanna. They are not the fastest. But when survival depends on persistence, intelligence, and the instinct to protect their family, very few animals can match the courage of a mother honey badger. Because in the wild, true strength is not measured by size. It is measured by the willingness to stand between danger and those who cannot defend themselves. If you enjoyed this wildlife story, leave a comment telling us which animal you think showed the greatest determination. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe for more true wildlife adventures, and join us for